Christmas! I hope however you are celebrating the festive season and whatever you're up to, you're having a great time. This week here on the channel, I am going to continue my Christmas gift giving extravaganza. So if you haven't hit that all important subscribe button down below yet, get to it my friends and head on over to the community section here on the channel for some exclusive subscriber only content, which this week means I'm going to share with you my very first jumper pattern. I'm so excited to share this with you all. It's the first jumper knitting pattern that I've ever created, and it's named Carol after three incredibly important women in my life. The first, my mum Carol, who taught me how to sew and knit, who I sadly lost in 2016. After my wonderful, fun, sunshine cousin Carol Ann, who we also lost in 2016, and after my wonderful best friend, my auntie Carol. Carol with an E though. There are quite a lot of us in my family called Carol or Caroline or versions of that, so it just seemed like the perfect name and the perfect way to honour these wonderful, wonderful women. And another thing I wanted to share with you this week is another of my ultimate favourite crafts, and that is crafting with polymer clay. So without further ado, that's enough talking. Let's get to some creating. Begin by casting on the stated number of stitches on the pattern. Next, work in stockinette stitch, repeating one row of knit stitches, followed by one row of purl stitches for 8 rows. Now increase 1 stitch at the beginning of the next row and every following 4th row, using a knit 1 front and back increase until the stated number of stitches on the pattern is reached. Now continue that increase on the same edge every other row, keeping that knit 1 front and back until the stated number of stitches. Carry on those increases, but now on every row. And after all of those increases, your piece will look a little something like this. You've effectively created one of your sleeves. And it's then time to work in stockinette until we start the neckline shaping. To create your neckline, decreases are made at the neckline edge before knitting in stockinette effectively to the centre of your jumper. The pattern then effectively reverses what we've already done to knit the second half of your front. The back of your Carol jumper is knitted in exactly the same way as the front, with the only difference being a slightly higher neckline shaping. With your basic jumper knitted, it's now time to pick up stitches along the necklines to create the neckline band. The waistband is created in exactly the same way, picking up stitches along the waistline before working in 1 by 1 ribbing. Using an invisible seam, the upper sleeve and shoulders of our jumper are then joined, before picking up some stitches to create ribbed cuffs. To finish your Christmas sweater creation, seam the lower sleeve and side seams. I am so excited to share this craft with you on the channel for the first time. I love creating with polymer clay, and it's great for keeping my hands moving and working on dexterity. I often hand mould my clay crafts, but today I'm using these effect clays, this mini rolling pin, and a stamp tool to create a snowflake brooch. Beginning by conditioning and softening the clay in my hands, I then use the stamp to create many different snowflakes, mixing the two different clays together to create different shades. After baking, they look like this. Grabbing some multi-purpose household super glue, it's now time to arrange those snowflakes together in an aesthetically pleasing way and get sticking. Once that super glue is dry, I get hold of something that I love for crafting: Mod Podge. This acts as a glue, a sealant and a glossy varnish-like finish. I love this stuff. Now let that dry completely before flipping the brooch over, slapping some more Mod Podge on the back and attaching your brooch back at the same time. Sorted. And now it's time for the reveal. And if you want to make your very own Claire jumper like the blue one I'm wearing here to showcase the Snowflake brooch, check out the knit along with the free pattern right here on the channel, and there's a card above to the playlist. So there you go, how to create your own vintage inspired dolman Carol sweater, designed and drafted by little old me. I hope you love this jumper as much as I do. My knitting needles have not stopped this winter season, and to be honest, I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon. But until next week, my friends, it's time for me to go and eat my body weight in chocolate and very unhealthy foods, because it's the festive season, and that's what a lot of us do. Gonna regret it later, but never mind. Until next week, my friends, stay safe, have fun, and be you. Bye, friends.